If fear is the only thing stopping us from achieving our dreams, and we only fear what we don't understand, then the antidote to fear is knowledge. All we have to do is find out who has the knowledge that we need to conquer our fears and achieve our entrepreneurial dreams. My name is Callum Walker, and welcome to the podcast that will help you figure it out and conquer this lonely entrepreneurial journey.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to the podcast for part 2 of this episode, where I'm really going to run through how to get your clients to stop fucking drinking. In the last episode, I really kind of ran through what we're probably doing. What we are doing that is causing us to attract people who won't give up alcohol. That is causing us to attract people who make us feel guilty when we say, hey, stop drinking. But today, I want to run through in this episode what you can do if you have found that you have changed that. So you've changed that, you've addressed that, you've gone, okay, right, I'm no longer going to be the coach who says, hey, you can get into shape while drinking. I'm not going to do that. And in this episode, I'm going to run through what you can go back to your clients with and how you can change their relationship with alcohol. Now, there's loads of things that you can do, and I really kind of cover that within my Next Level Coach program. As an example, I on the Next Level Coach, it's kind of split into two parts. One, me educating you as a coach, but also me educating your clients directly. So all of the guys on the Next Level Coach, they all have access to a huge library of all of the tactics and strategies that you can go back to your clients with to alter their alcohol intake. Also, your clients have access to me delivering regular trainings on how to address your relationship with alcohol. Last week, I actually did a 2-hour masterclass for all of the guys' coaches, all of the coaches' clients on the Next Level Coach, me delivering live to them on how to address alcohol. And it's been huge. It was amazing, actually, because I delivered a session just before Christmas, and my client, Reese, it was so funny. Because basically one of the guys on the session asked a question around I really don't want to kind of give up my 10 pints of Guinness and all this sort of stuff. And I kind of ran through a load of things all around how we can lower our alcohol intake and how we can change it. And Reese then had his Christmas party, his Christmas social with his clients. And it was so funny because he basically said I'd organized it at a bar and all of my guys all ordered a non-alcoholic beer. How cool is that? So this stuff works. And if you do want to actually kind of make sure that you have, a long-term sustainable approach to lowering your clients' alcohol, and you can have me teaching them, then you've got to get on the Next Level Coach. Make sure that you watch the Masterclass that is in the comments below, because I run through how you can get started on the Next Level Coach. Now, this stuff works. And, obviously, I could do hours and hours and hours of strategies and tactics that you can go back to your clients with. But I always want to keep these episodes nice and short for you. So I'm going to go through probably the most powerful thing, which also I think will change your clients' adherence in general, not just their alcohol. But specifically when we're looking at their alcohol, what we have to understand as coaches is kind of from a motivational point of view, that one of the biggest things that drives motivation, that drives adherence, is feedback, but specifically the speed of feedback. So what do I mean by that? If you want to get your clients, one, adhering, but more importantly for the purpose of this episode, to change their alcohol intake and their relationship with alcohol and get them lowering their overall alcohol intake, then do this one thing. Get your clients to focus on seeing their health and fitness as a way to change how they're going to feel and not how they're going to look. Okay? So what's this got to do with alcohol? But also what's this got to do with adherence in general? Well, let's look at it from an adherence perspective, okay? First of all, from an adherence point of view, let's say that your client is struggling to get to the gym, okay? Let's say your client is struggling to get to the gym. Now, what happens is that let's say they go, right, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some exercise and my goal is weight loss. Now, let's say they go and do a run on the treadmill. Okay, they go for a run on the treadmill and they run for an hour. And their goal is to change how they look and to get themselves to lose weight. Now, here's the problem. Your client will go onto a treadmill and your client will run for an hour. They will put an incredible amount of effort into that session. They will be sweating, they will be tired, they will be battered, yeah? And they will look in the mirror and they will not look any different. They haven't lost any weight. They will stand on the scales, okay? They probably will have lost some weight, but they know that's because they've sweated. But their weight will not change. So what happens is that the brain automatically connects. We put effort in, we look no different. That effort is not worth it. And it's the same with alcohol, okay? But on the flip side, because the thing is, your client could drink a bottle of wine, your client could drink 5 pints, and they will not look any different. They will not immediately. So what happens is that the brain then establishes the connection of, well, when we drink, we don't actually put weight on. When I don't exercise, I haven't put any weight on directly. So when we actually look at the link and their relationship to alcohol, well, I haven't put any weight on, so it's not a problem. Or if they're struggling from an adherence point of view in terms of getting to the gym, well, I've just busted my gut and I've got nowhere. It's the same with you. Let's say that you go and put a ton of effort into putting a reel together on Instagram. You put a ton of effort together and you get no likes. If that keeps happening, eventually you're going to get demotivated. You're going to feel demoralized and be like, why would I bother? Why would I bother? Because I put a reel together and I get nothing from it. The only thing that I get is that I put effort in and I get nothing back. And the exact same thing is happening with your client's alcohol intake, but on the flip side, that your client drinks alcohol and nothing changes. So they don't actually see alcohol as being a problem. But if you can get them away from focusing how they look and actually get them to use their health and fitness as a way to change how they're going to feel, well, that's how it changes. Because if I go and drink 5 pints, I haven't put weight on. But if I go and drink 5 pints, how am I going to feel? My God, I'm going to feel dreadful. And specifically me, I'm going to feel dreadful because I barely drink any alcohol. If I go and drink 1 pint, I'm absolutely hammered and I feel dreadful. So what happens is that then I begin to establish a negative connection with alcohol. Because when I drink, I get pain. I do. When I drink alcohol, what happens is the next day, one, I feel like shit. But also for the week ahead, I feel anxious, depressed, sluggish, lethargic, low, negative. There's no benefit to the alcohol. So as a result, my relationship with alcohol has changed. So with your clients, if you really want to change how they're going to adhere, then I promise you, whether it's alcohol, whether it's staying on track with their food, whether it's their training, whatever it is, change up their relationship as the meaning behind as to why they are actually invested in their health and fitness. So get them away from focusing on how they look and get them towards focusing on how they feel. And that starts right from the get-go when a new client starts with you. When someone starts with you as a new client. Really in terms of the goals that you set with them. Yes, have an aesthetic goal, but make sure that from the get-go you're working with them to be, hey, this is about making sure that you're the best version of yourself. Yes, physically, but mentally and emotionally. Because when your client starts to develop that relationship with alcohol, then they start to develop a negative relationship with alcohol. They develop that negative relationship with alcohol, then their overall consumption of alcohol goes down. Promise you. Never forget, if every one of your clients gave you just one new client, you've doubled your business.
Have you got a client who isn't losing weight right now and you have absolutely no idea why? And maybe you're worrying that if nothing changes, they could drop off at any moment? Well, I've got a free nutrition masterclass for you where I reveal the secret nutrition strategy that guarantees that stuck client loses 2 to 4 pounds in the next 7 days without lowering their calories, upping their cardio, or even tracking macros. Click the link in the description to get access to the free Elite Nutrition Secrets Masterclass and get your client moving in the right direction, stopping them dropping off today.